Yeah. Boom! YouTube! Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and today we're here to talk about a movie called The Book of Clarence. Alright? Now look, I'm sorry for being gone for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Been watching movies, been watching TV shows, been watching trailers, you know what I'm saying? Still alive, you know what I'm saying? Still ain't got my hair done, whatever. But we still here, but I'm sorry for the absence. I'm trying to be back as much as possible with more content, alright? But again, sorry about that. But today we're talking about a movie called The Book of Clarence. Now this movie came out in 2023. Definitely was a movie that I wanted to see, highly anticipated, just because of the premise of this movie, and what it made fun of in a way. You know what I'm saying? I understand for certain people, you know, because I would say that I am Christian, but you know, this may be a little bit over the edge. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it was perfect. So we're gonna talk about The Book of Clarence. So you know how we do it. All right. First, we started off with the premise. 3 favorite scenes. And then we go to the grade. And it's home to the next one, right? So again, The Book of Clarence. So this movie is following a character named Clarence. He is the main character. He is a character that finds himself in trouble, okay? He owes a certain amount of money to a guy named Asher. Now, Asher is kind of like an overseer or kind of a king to the city that Clarence is residing in, okay? Now, ends up being that, you know, this story is taking place in a time, of course, in which Jesus was around, and we see Jesus's miracles, right? So Clarence ends up coming up with this idea to where an idea to get money back. So he works with his friend Elijah, and basically Clarence becomes a new Messiah, okay? He takes on a role, I guess you would say, of Jesus, right? Where in which, you know, this new Messiah comes around, he spreads his word, he spreads his knowledge, he gives love, you know what I'm saying? And he's able to do these miracles to where in which he gets a following. And, you know, this, of course, can bring money. So Clarence gets the idea of doing that, so that way he can earn money, so that way he can pay back Asher, and then, you know, everything will be good, because not only does he owe Asher money, but Asher's sister, Verenia, is Clarence's love interest. So, you know, pay off your older brother, pay off her older brother. Then beyond that, you know what I'm saying, like maybe win him over so that way he can, you know, get with Verenia, right? But so that's the plan at hand. In the midst of making this plan happen, certain things happen to where you know, he does his miraculous feats and makes it look all crisp and nice and everything like that. He gets a following. He also ends up freeing some slaves, mainly one named Barabbas, where Barabbas ends up following Clarence and Elijah through this quest to seeing Clarence become a new Messiah. So eventually gets to a point where he does get a following. Eventually gets to a point where he does get the believers. Eventually gets to a point where he does get the money that he needs to in order to give Asher, what he needs in order to free himself. And basically at this point, there's a guy named I believe it's Pontius is how you pronounce it. I'm not sure, but he works for the Roman Empire, I believe, and he ends up trying to call Clarence on his bluff, and basically saying, you're not a real Messiah, and if you are, I'll let you go type stuff. But if you're not, actually no, it's like he's trying to prove to the people that Clarence is not a real Messiah. So he's like, if you walk in this water, it's going to be something different. But if you don't, I'm gonna let you go. Everything will be okay. So Clarence is forced to show this feat that he can't do, but when it comes time to doing it, he's able to do it. Therefore, they see him as a Messiah, or whatever it may be, and they end up giving him the Jesus treatment, the full Jesus treatment. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I'll leave the story. I know I kind of was like, just bullet mark and everything. I didn't want to spoil it too much. I know this movie's a little old. It's not like the newest movie, but it's still fairly new, and I don't want to spoil it, and plus the story is very simple. It basically is the story of Jesus, but just a little mockery to it, little funny aspects to it, but it basically is that story of Jesus. Like, you have like the same characters, you have like the same aspects of what took place in that story happening in this book, or in this movie, right? But that's as far as I'm gonna go with the story. That's definitely the premise. Three of my favorite scenes. I would say the fight between Clarence and Barabbas. I thought that was a pretty cool scene. Also, I like the scene with when Barabbas is trying to escape, and the Roman warriors are after him or whatever it may be, and they're throwing spears at him. But it's like the whole thing about Barabbas is like he can't die type stuff, like from like no fleshly wound or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So just seeing him being able to do it, and then a certain part in that fight happens where you think maybe he's about to die, but he ends up still being alive. I thought that was pretty cool. And I definitely like the actor that plays Barabbas. He's a cool dude. So that'll be two of my favorite scenes. My third favorite scene, man, I would say, would be Clarence when he walked on the water, because it was like, up to this point, it was a lot of mockery, foolishness going on, just so that he can be this Messiah and, get this money so he can save his butt. But, come down to the end of it, when, push comes to shove and a situation like this occurs, you don't have the power of the real Messiah. You don't have the real power of Jesus. So, him walking on that water, he was going to fail. But God, Jesus, sent something inside this man and was going to be able to use him as a sign, So he gave him the power to walk on the water, So I thought that was really cool. And that was the beginning of Clarence really like turning around, and realizing like, what's real and what's not, So that'll be 3 of my favorite scenes. The grade for this movie, I thought it was a good movie. I think a lot of people will have a good time with this. If you can give it a chance, because like I said, I know it's a little out there, it's on the edge, because like I said, if you're Christian, you don't want to see anything mocking Jesus or mocking God. But at the same time, sometimes you gotta have fun with it, you know what I'm saying? It's just entertainment, it's just movie, and that's how I saw it. So the Book of Clarence, to me, great movie, definitely worth my time. So I think it'll be worth your time if you can stomach it. But I give it an 8 out of 10. So 8 out of 10, above average, definitely worth your time, man. If you guys can stomach it, like I said, I'll suggest you guys check it out. You can buy it on VOD. I'm pretty sure they got physical copies as well. And I'm not sure if it's on any streaming platforms yet, but I'm pretty sure it will be hit there if not. But yeah, 8 out of 10. That's the Book of Clarence review. Yeah, feel me? But that's about it. I will be back on here, for, like I said, with more content, more reviews for you guys. I'm sorry for the absence. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that this thing is over. You know what I'm saying? We only beginning. But yeah, that's it, man. Stay tuned for more, though, all right? Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. As always, this is Q's Insight. I'm Callie. Until next time.